The Peacemaker finale teases Darkseid. I thought Peacemaker Season 2 was fantastic overall, and in many ways, it even surpassed the first season. The characters were great, the story was engaging, and the humor hit perfectly. But while Episode 7 left me a little disappointed, I was confident that the finale would make up for it. Unfortunately, Episode 8 turned out to be the worst episode of the entire season. The biggest issue was how random it all felt. Honestly, Episode 7, even with the flaws, it would have worked better as the actual ending. Episode 8 felt more like an extended post-credit scene than an actual finale. It didn't resolve anything meaningful, and the emotional payoff just was not there. With that said, the episode does finally give us some insight into what really happened on the boat between Harcourt and Peacemaker, and the big reveal is that they kissed, and that's pretty much about it. In the last episode, we see Peacemaker being arrested, and now we see Peacemaker sitting in his cell only to be bailed out shortly after by Vigilante and Adebayo, who use Vigilante's drug and blood money to post his bond. Even though they managed to free him, Chris wants nothing to do with the group after what he realized in the previous episode, which is that he believes he's cursed and that everything and everyone he touches ends up being destroyed. Meanwhile, Argus, including Harcourt and Flurry, begin investigating the multiverse. Using the quantum unfolding chamber, they explore alternate worlds, which was a visually cool but terrifying sequence. They visit a bizarre realm called Candyland, where small monstrous creatures attack them and even eat someone's face off. Rick Flag Sr. tells the team their mission is to find a world for the purpose to ensure national security and find new resources. But in reality, his hidden agenda is to find a world where he can trap metahumans and Peacemaker. Eventually, they discover the planet they were looking for, which is called Salvation, which plays a major role in the comics, and I'll get into that in a bit. The 11th Street kids make one last effort to reach Chris emotionally, trying to convince him that his life still has meaning and that he's more than his worst mistakes. He finally begins to open up, agreeing not to isolate himself anymore. During this moment, Harcourt admits that their kiss on the boat did mean something to her. With renewed purpose, the group uses Vigilante's basement money to create a new agency called Checkmate. The team includes the 11th Street kids, but also some new members like Sasha Bordeaux, Judo Master, and Langston Flurry. Bordeaux decides to leave Argus after learning Rick's plan to get rid of metahumans, since she herself is one. In the comics, Checkmate was originally founded by Amanda Waller as an independent organization meant to combat other villainous groups. I have to say, the chemistry between Flurry and Vigilante is amazing, and I'd love to see a spin-off centered around them. Just as everything finally seems to be looking up, Peacemaker is captured by Argus agents. Rick Flag Sr. forces him through a portal to Salvation and traps him there. Salvation is a world in the comics where Amanda Waller had supervillains exiled to as a plan to get them off Earth and a solution to the failure of prisons not keeping these supervillains under control and imprisoned. Those that were stuck there were forced to find a way of surviving by creating factions and forming armies and allies. This planet is also used as a training ground for Darkseid's forces called the Parademons. So it's possible that this is the beginning for them hinting at Darkseid as being the DCU's first big bad. I personally think that trapping Peacemaker in another universe right after we spent the whole season watching everyone trying to bring him home from another universe was such an idiotic move. On top of that, turning most of the finale into what was basically a music video just did not work for me. As a finale, it fell pretty flat, and out of a 10, I have to give it a 2.5.